Hey, welcome to another video. My name is John, I use she, her pronouns. Today we are trying another day of Oc-tober. This was day 4's piece, which throughout have been favorite duo, which I decided to do with my characters, Amar and Malheur. You also may have noticed I have this cool new icon huddled here in the corner while I'm talking in videos. Now, we start talking about the artwork done in this video. We have Amar and Malheur sitting in the room. If you read the character outside of the piece would have just walked in while they're silently judging you. Judging the character. Amar is actually a character I ended up updating the reference of fairly recently as I was bringing him more fully into the story of Dimension Level. And he's even already made an appearance in the comic with a talking role, unlike his wife. And for this art piece I used this pose reference from Arbanchi and Pinterest, Instagram, other various places for a reference. Amar was actually the first time I gave like a winged character multiple sets of wings. Though he's no longer my only multi-winged character, seeing as I now have both Hellwing and Silkwing bosses. And it appears we've moved on to doing a layout for Malheur, instead of going straight to coloring for Amar. I don't really know what else to be saying about Malheur, because I already had talked about her quite a lot in the last video. And I set on explaining my character with a Mohawk-type style. Yet I had already given Malheur a Mohawk-y type hairstyle. Her kind of design. I wanted to give her more fantasy type elements with her being a goddess and all, so that's where the extra 4 eyes come in. And of course, as her favorite animal being a snake, decided that she'd have a snake tattoo around her neck. I remember when I'd been coming up with her design, I do feel like the tattoos partially inspired by like the idea of Jormungandr, the wolf snake. So it had the tattoo feature the snake having its own tail in its mouth. I find it funny how Malheur's wings have ended up starting being these tiny little things that moved to being normal-sized bat wings. And now we move on to coloring Amar. When I designed Amar, I wanted to give him a more soft look, like he'll entice you in with his nice looks before revealing how much of an evil brat he is. He's definitely a harder character pose with the 2 sets of wings and figuring out what I want to do with those. And it looks like we've moved on to coloring in the line art for Amar. And young Amar would be even harder to draw, to pose, seeing as this would be before he gave his 3rd pair of wings away to his guardian Aurora so she could do various work for him. Since he'd probably be more lazy and not want to do it himself. He'd probably use Aurora for all the heavy lifting and ask Malheur to do any fighting for him if he gets into that type of trouble, which he probably would. Since he would refuse to fight, seeing as that would get him dirty and he has to be the perfect god he is. Amar's design really hasn't changed much since his initial creation. He only really got slightly more of a detailed design. Amar has never been much of a real threat in any of the story bits I've worked on with him. Mostly just general nuisance to the protagonist and an actual threat and villain. And it looks like here we're starting to learn in Amar. No, not Amar, Malheur. Who I'm still not sure what to say for this video, seeing as I already covered most of what I have that planned out for sure in the last video. And there's the fact that made her absolutely despise like physical touch. Only really tolerate it from Amar. And here's where I figure out the color is not. It's a little too similar and I cannot bucket it properly and have to fill it all in by hand. After she has a little bit of human blood and human blood on her nice white shirt since Barbarian character should have stained it. Go ahead. And now we're on to coloring the liner. Hopefully this won't take too long. Or erasing the color on the parts I do want to keep black. One thing I tend to forget is, like, characters like this have like wings and tails. Tends to have different, would probably have like different positions they'd sit in. So I need to actually take that into consideration when drawing my characters. Other people's characters. Tiny little eye. I also from here how I drew her reference and proceeded to immediately next time I drew her completely change her hairstyle. Look, she went from a hairstyle similar to like a bob to a more of a mohawk type hairstyle. From the first time I drew her reference to the next piece I did of her. But honestly, this hairstyle looks so much better on her, in my opinion. I probably should have given her more scars when drawing her. Yeah, I should probably get into a lot more fights than a normal person. I mean, I definitely see her just starting a fight for fun. And here's where we're starting the shading. I tend to get into some more music about behind videos, so it's not just like the same 10 songs I put behind every video anymore. Like my older sibling ended up helping me get the rest of the Slime Rancher tracks from both games to use. Not just a few random tracks I found here and there. Honestly, I think my art style at the moment looks really good now. I actually know how to shade properly. And I think I only really added demons because I found Zornoth from them presents SMP to be an interesting character. And wanted used them to explore more ideas with demons before really committing to adding it to my story. Which Zarnathos gives me such non-binary character vibes, in my opinion. I mean, just look at them. They just give off NB vibes. No piece of wish life of that Dundo. Doodle this on Tumblr.